Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in. I'm Tully and today I'm here with Neo Tanner. Say hello, Neo.
Hi, everyone.
And we're here to discuss, this is a special combination of Tanner and Tully Rant and taking a quick look at something. Let's take a quick look at a game that's currently on Steam Greenlight, if I can find it. What was the name again? Gamersgomakers?
Yeah, Gamersgomakers. There's not even a space between those three words.
It's Gamersgomakers, literally one word. It's Gamersgomakers. You can go on Steam Greenlight. It currently has... Can I see how many votes it has, or no? I don't think I can I?
I don't think you can see how many votes, no.
Okay, I'm just going to click no thanks, not interested. There should be a button that says no. Are you seriously telling... This is why Steam Greenlight is a terrible system. There's two options, yes or not interested. Where is the no, I don't want this on Steam button? Oh, it says no thanks. I guess that could be it.
Yeah, well, there's also a report function, which I did actually fill out a report for plagiarism, because this is clearly plagiarism.
And here's why it's plagiarism. We're not actually going to show it. This is just going to be a picture of my ugly face with audio on top of it. But here's the thing. Gamersgomakers is a game produced by literally someone called Gamersgomakers. Seriously?
It says it's created by Ginfrabul Games.
What games? I don't see it. Where is this?
It's below on where the links are on Facebook, on YouTube. Created by Lion Liar and
Gnifrable Games.
Is that even a word? I doubt it. I don't think that's.
I don't think Gnifrable is a word. And true to cause, Gnifrable Games has literally one game on Greenlight and Steam, which is Gamersgomakers, which apparently has what appears to be a copy-paste version of Pac-Man Ghost. Yeah, now you see
4 variations.
You can't 4 variations of the Pac-Man Ghost as a logo for the game. And here's why we're doing this. If you go to a little website, I'm gonna put this on the video description. Gamersgomakers.com-free-demo. It brings you to the website for the game, right? And if you go to the thing called free demo, what you see is a mostly blank page with a massive download button. Normally I would never do this. I don't click download buttons on the internet. Not only that, but it also downloads an exe file called setup.exe. You can see why exactly I'm apprehensive. Neo Tanner here actually was kind enough to run this through, what was it? It was Malwarebytes and what?
Malwarebytes, and I ran it through Super Andy Spyware, and like you did with Avast, and none of them said anything.
Yeah, so technically it is legit. But, Neo, take the wheel. Why did you show me this game in the first place?
I showed you the game because I knew that you did the Tully Rants thing whenever you're pissed off about something. And I just wanted someone to talk to, considering it was something that I really, really wanted to vent about, because this is a thing that I don't like about Steam Greenlight as well, is that just a lot of shit shovelware gets pushed into this.
And people, because people are dumb, and again, this is a core belief I have. If you give an idea to a bunch of people, doesn't matter how shitty it is, enough people are going to like it and it's going to be passed. We've seen it with Day One Gary's Incident. We've seen it with, what was it? Guys of the Wolf. I think Guys of the Wolf got greenlit, didn't it?
Yeah, Guys of the Wolf got greenlit.
It got greenlit. It didn't show up on the Steam description, I think, but I think Guys of the Wolf got greenlit. We all know what had happened. They tried to take on Total Biscuit and got the internet on their ass.
Well, that's what Day One Gary's Incident tried to do too.
Yeah, but Day One Gary's Incident, at least the guy who made Day One Gary's Incident was, not stupid enough to, try to take down Total Biscuit and tell him to take down all your videos. We're bigger than you. But here's what I realized. Neo Tanner gave me this video. Gave me a link to the store page, and I was like, Gamersgomakers. So I opened the thing, right? I'm currently seeing, and I was like, okay, what the fuck is this? Am I playing Game Dev Tycoon?
Probably a bootleg version of it.
I look at the thing, and it's like, okay, the video I'm seeing is Game Dev Tycoon with the slightly reskinned user model. So, naturally, Meanwhile, imagining Neo Tanner just laughing at me behind my back, just content in making me suffer, I click the link for the fucking thing. He gives me the link for the demo, and I go and I do the demo. Right. Here's what I found out. I'm gonna open the demo right now. Right now. I don't know if you can hear this.
Be sure to turn down the volume.
I don't know. I think it only records my thing. I just put the sound to minimum. Just reduce the fucking sound for this.
Yeah, there's no options menu.
Dude, do you know what the volume mixer option for this is?
What?
Dolphin X6.1 to go application.
What the hell does that mean?
I don't know. It doesn't. It's not even called Gamersgomakers on EXE. It's just a random app thing. Here's what the main menu of the game looks like. New game, which is the Pac-Man Ghost. Load game, which is the traditional open file on Word. Credits, which appears to be some sort of flat-screen TV. And exit, which is most assuredly a door.
I really wanted to go through that door when I saw that, because I saw the menu system. It looked very unappealing. And if it looks that crappy, I already knew it wasn't going to be a stellar game.
It's basically, you can see this if you download the game. It is pretty much a clean EXE file, as far as both of us can tell. But it's basically, you get the demo, the Pac-Man Ghost, you click on whatever. It isn't even, you don't get the menu. You get the logo. You have to click the screen to get the menu. And I understand this is, an early game, but come on now. It says it's going to come out in the summer of 2014. It should be better than this. New game. If you click New Game, it's pretty much the same as Game Dev Tycoon, and Game Dev Tycoon was already inspired by Game Dev Story. Company game, player name, you can have difficulty, you start by default in 1980 because this is a demo, you can play in full screen or windowed, man or woman, you can, just like Game Dev Tycoon, you can change the clothing and whatnot. You have more options, but rest assured, that's because in this version, you can change the sleeves and shirt independently.
Oh my, that's such an upgrade.
I like to say something witty, but I don't have anything. That's the thing. I don't have anything to say. Yeah, you can be a hipster now. You can have a plaid shirt and blue sleeves, whatever. And you get to choose between two sliders, programming versus game design, and creativity versus leadership. Which, in my fucking opinion, is stupid. Why can't I be creative and a leader? Why are those two things mutually exclusive? I don't understand.
Because logic of this guy who made it.
Yes, you can either be creative or a leader, not both. So you're a developer. What are your strengths? And again, this is really ugly. It's a white background for everything, and a highly asymmetrical menu with black and white shit. I'm going to choose gameplay and sound. It doesn't even tell you what you pick. You need to realize that when you pick something, it kind of changes color, but it doesn't actually tell you that. So wait, if I pick an option, should I get something like, I don't know, a blue backdrop like every other game ever? Nope. That's so last year.
It does look like more than just Game Dev Tycoon stuff was ripped off, because those icons look like they're pre-made icons from different types of programs that he probably.
I think so.
That he probably just found an icon pack on the internet and just used it.
Like with an icon version of freesound.org. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, I think this music comes from freesound.org. It's on a fucking loop.
Probably.
It's on a fucking. And the thing is, there is an options menu, but you can't access it through the main menu. You have to be in-game. I have not seen that in so long. I have not seen a game that has an options menu only inside the game in years. Years.
Yeah. I feel like I should read some of these comments on the Greenlight page.
Wait a second. First thing you do, choose your wallpaper. You can choose from a fine selection of the most beautiful wallpapers of the 80s. You know what? This would be good. But you know what the problem I have is the isometric view means you can only see two of the walls. But that's okay because the wallpaper is the same for all the walls. Here's the thing. The box telling you to choose your wallpaper pretty much covers 50% of the fucking wallpaper. and you can't move it around. It's stuck in the middle of the screen. So you can't see 50% of your walls. I'm pretty much just clicking the next button. I want to see the patterns. I can only see the outside of the patterns, and they're only see. Are you kidding me? Wait. 1, 2, 3. Wait a second. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, there's 14 wallpapers. It's 14 wallpapers. Your turn, Neo. Say something about this. My head.
Well, in general, picking the wallpaper is really retarded, considering it doesn't really affect anything. And unless the wallpaper ends up, for some reason, following you into your... If this works like Game Dev Tycoon and you go to different offices when you get bigger, why would you want the same wallpaper? Unless... Why would you want wallpaper in the first place? All these designs are ridiculous, by the way. It looks like something someone on meth would do. It's like, hey, it's basically a bunch of multicolored bubbles. Well, the other thing
pink lines.
The other thing is, the other possibility of this being a very bad design choice, you have to pick your wallpaper every time you move.
God.
That would be annoying, and I would not like that.
Not to mention, on the top left corner, you do get, like, Thursday and then the date, right? You get the date in English, right?
I believe, yeah.
I don't. I get the game in Portuguese automatically, so you don't get to pick the fucking date. And here's the thing. The whole game is in English, but the date on the top left screen is in your system language.
That is an interesting design choice if the entire game was like that. If only one portion, like the time and the date, is like that, that's really stupid.
And the stupid thing is, my system language isn't even Portuguese. It's English. I don't know how the fuck it's in Portuguese. Is it because it's marked, like the chip is marked made in Portugal? I don't get it. What is this? The whole game is in English, except for the date. Which is in Portuguese for some reason.
I don't know. There's comments and everything, like asking, why is it only in English? Is it going to be in Russian? Is it going to be translated? Then I actually saw the developer respond saying it won't be translated at all unless they get somebody that can actually translate it fluently into another language.
And that's stupid because one of the options you get in this game is to translate your game into other languages.
Which makes the little confirmation redundant.
I mean, excuse me. You make a game that has an option to translate your in-game game to another language, and in real life you're not going to bother translating it to other languages? What the fuck is wrong with you? There's people who do that shit for free. It's not like it's complicated. The whole game is carried by half a dozen phrases repeated over and over and over again. I don't think you need to translate the random references in the background like that guy I'm pretty sure is Cristiano Ronaldo, or Prison Break, which appears to be a Arkanoid game. Are you seeing this? My head hurts. Read some comments.
Okay. Well, this particular comment is my favorite because it says, all you people say that this looks like game dev it's a good thing games can't be similar to one another. Like, I don't know, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Crysis, Halo, Doom, Quake.
Here's what I'm going to say.
Considering out of the 5 of those games, only 2 of them are remotely similar. And that would be Call of Duty and Battlefield.
And even then, it's completely different in scope, objective, and method of play. Hell, the one thing that's similar is the type of weapons you're using. Why would you put Doom in there? Doom has nothing to do with Call of Duty or Battlefield or Quake or whatever.
Well, the only other similarity between these 5 is that they're all FPSs.
Yay. And even if they were in this completely imaginary category of being the same together, here's what happens. They bring something new to the table. They look and feel sufficiently different. This game looks like someone took the base code for Game Dev Tycoon, slapped on an ugly-ass, completely random UI, and called it a day. Like, for instance, the game doesn't tell you anything. It's like, it dumps you into the game, it has no tutorial mode. If you click the escape button, nothing happens. You have to manually click the settings button. Need I say why that's bad? Can't fucking use the ESC button, dear God. And here you have an options menu. Does an options menu have anything to choose from? No. It has a yes or no, animations, autosave, show tutorial, play music, show upcoming platforms. No sliders, no nothing. You can either play music or not play music. Have animations or no animations. Autosave, no autosave. Whatever. This thing doesn't have a tutorial. It doesn't teach you anything. You have to randomly click around on the fucking screen before you see anything. And as far as I'm aware of, there's 2 buttons. There's market share and game market. Game market, I think, gives you like what? A graph, chart, thing? Tanner?
What?
The game market gives you, I believe, it's something like a graph or chart. I think.
Yeah.
Or did you not? Did you not actually do that?
No, I didn't look at that. As soon as I saw that it was a game dev ripoff, I pretty much closed it.
And then you have market share when you click on the console on the game, and of course it follows the traditional. Oh, we can't give them the real name, so you have the Atapi, you have the Commodore, the Pear. Get it? A Pear, because Apple.
Yes, and that is the thing that fucking Drake and Josh and iCarly for Nickelodeon all did. So that's not really original.
Yeah. And here's the thing. In Game Dev Tycoon, you had a tutorial that showed you what to do in the game. It told you what to do in the game. And now, but no, here you have to manually click on the computer, which has a very tiny hitbox, might I add, compared to the rest of the game. And the menu just appears automatically. It's this really ugly, basic white box with basic Arial font. This entire UI seems like it was made in a day and never changed ever.
The entire game seems like it was just slapped together, put out a demo, because when I saw the demo was placed on Reddit, in the indie gaming subreddit, it was only 2 hours old. So I think this game was made maybe 2 or 3 days prior to when we're having this conversation. And
what?
And they already expect to release in summer 2014. What do they expect to do? Get it onto early access? Considering
the way it does is you put it on Greenlight, and because it's the same shit, people will vote for it. It gets on early access. You put a random number like $15 on it. People will buy it. You doubt that's going to happen? Talk to me again in 3 months and we'll see.
Yeah.
But guess what? There's 3 buttons on the side. This UI is fucking terrible. The number, the money is on the top right screen. It's basically $25K. That's it. It's a number on black on the background. It's ugly as shit. But if you click the red button, which I was not inclined to do because I don't like red buttons in games, because they normally indicate leave the game, you can start a new project, and the tutorial then starts. It doesn't tell you how to start a project. You need to click on Start Project in order to get the tutorial, which means I think this game is capitalizing on people knowing what Game Dev Tycoon was.
If they knew what Game Dev Tycoon was, they wouldn't purchase this shit.
Exactly! It's like, if you're going to rely on people knowing how this genre works, or how this particular game works, because this is a blatant ripoff of Game Dev Tycoon.
Well,
I am speechless.
Like, when I read, I'm reading through these comments again, there's only like 34 of them. About a quarter of them are positive for some reason. Others are actually like us, where they notice, like this one says, looks exactly like Game Dev Story, right down to the art style, downvote.
I saw that one too.
Yeah, and why did you rip off Game Dev? I don't understand. I don't understand this one. Looks great. Played all 5 years of the demo. I guess that means the demo allows you to go for 5 years before ending.
Redundant? Much redundant?
Probably.
I'm gonna go through the fucking game production because I do have one positive thing to say, but mostly, not only are the menus ugly, it's basically a big red X and a big green yes sign, but here's how I do it. It goes, choose the settings for your new game. Just like Game Dev Tycoon, choose a genre, strategy, simulation, adventure, action, which I believe were exactly the same ones they were on fucking Game Dev Tycoon. Click action, I guess. Let's go shoot 'em up. And then, of course, click the platform. Just like Game Dev Tycoon, if you want to go for a console, you have to use a license. I wouldn't call it a rip-off because, again, that's how it works in real life. So, not gonna exactly do that. It's a game for the Commodore. One good thing it does is it does allow you to randomly select a name. So I click on this button: Underwater, Soldier, Immortals, Robots, Unreal, Slayers, Champion, Beasts, Amazing Abuse. What?
What? Amazing Abuse?
Amazing Abuse. An action shoot-'em-up game called The Amazing Abuse for the Commodore VZ20. Let's do that.
What?
Tutorial can add extra
sounds like an
features to your
awkward
game.
title.
I don't think the title does impact anything, which again is something I really hated about Game Dev Tycoon, but whatever.
Yeah,
And
realistically, whatever you name your game is going to affect its sales, so it should have.
Yeah. So, just like Game Dev Tycoon, you can put basic sound and be a text-based game. Again, all these icons look like they were ripped straight out of a public library or something. Again, I guess it's a bit too much to ask for a game about game development to have original stuff.
At least Game Dev
You see
Tycoon
the
was.
irony?
At least Game Dev Tycoon had its original art style. I don't know if
Yes.
it was. I don't know. I don't think I've actually ever seen Game Dev's story, but I doubt it was an actual ripoff.
It wasn't. It was the first type of its game, basically.
Yeah.
Tutorial is your first project. You must assign at least one employee to each area. By default, each area is assigned to the employee that has the highest skill in it. Okay. If you do not have any employees, there is nothing for you to do here. Okay. That makes sense. So it basically tells you, you don't have any employees, so you can't do anything here. Does it skip the menu? No. You have to skip it yourself. What?
It sounds like a very amateur tutorial.
Why? Choose the areas you would like to focus on a new project. This is what I like. By default, apparently you have gameplay, game engine, graphics, sound, level design, content design, sound design, game writing. And when it came to Game Dev Tycoon, you basically had these really stupid sliders that didn't tell you anything until eventually someone on Reddit cracked the code and pretty much gave us all equations that told you exactly what you needed to do in order to get maximum possible score. I'm pretty sure that if this game gets a sufficiently large player base, they'll do the exact same thing, or whatever. Here you have 5 points. You have 2 points in every one of these. You can give an extra 5 points in areas of your design. So, an action shoot-'em-up game. Let's make gameplay 4 points, game engine 3 points, level design 3 points, sound design 3 points. Okay. Your first project is started! Yeah, you can speed up the game. Right-click on the play, pause button on the lower right. Okay, you can right-click. It doesn't actually tell you how fast it's going. It just gets a really stupid icon. Again, the UI looks like it was made by an amateur. Oh, and look, the tutorial is up and the game's not pausing. What? Tanner, tell me something. Normally when you have a tutorial in the game pauses, correct?
Normally, yes.
This doesn't. The tutorial's up, the game keeps going.
And that can potentially lead to you losing money, losing time, and ruining you making the game and making it profitable.
Yeah, I'm at 13% already. Tutorial. You can choose a theme for your story and spend money on writing the content. Freelance game writers will be hired. Blah, blah, blah. Exploit the market. This is something that I actually like about this game because it's actually new. You can pick the type of story you want to make. That's good. That's good.
Yes.
You can pick aliens. You can pick how much budget you want to put in your game, which does lead to a lot of possibilities for you to go Tommy Wiseau on this game's ass and spend all your money on your first game, which will not work.
No, if you do that, you probably get another Day One's Gary's Incident.
Yeah, pretty much. Wow. That was actually funny. Sorry. Translation. You can translate the game into other languages. By default, American English is always selected. And the stupid thing is, you have, let's see, Germany, France, Spain, Japan, China, Russia, Portuguese, yay, South Korean, and is that Saudi Arabia? I think it's Saudi Arabia. Maybe. And here's the thing. You can barely see the flags. You can sort of make out what they are, but instead of having like a checkbox of saying, I want to translate here, 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 you have to manually select each flag, and the colors are so faded you can barely see them. You actually have to click on the fucking flag. I had no idea that Russia was here until I just clicked the fucking flag. No translation for this game. Content. Budget of $10,000 out of my initial $25,000. Content. You can choose amount of violence, explicit language, and adult content. Consider this is a game called The Amazing Abuse, and it's a shoot-'em-up game about aliens. Explicit language, maximum. Violence, maximum. Adult content, maximum. Something that just made a porn. Made a porn. That's the best thing I've ever said.
I would like to imagine a shoot 'em up game about aliens having minimum violence. How would that work? How would it be a shoot 'em up?
No blood. You basically be using friendship guns. I guess. It'd be a My Little Pony inspired aliens game.
I was gonna say that, a My Little Pony gun. Like they gotta deal with Hasbro.
Oh, no. That'd be violence maximum. Especially if you're talking about Hasbro's executives. First thing ever, first line, make Equestria Girls a franchise. It makes money. We need more toys. No more season 5 until 2015 because we need to make Rainbow Rocks, guys.
Yeah, because we all wanted an Equestria Girls too, but that's not really the point. I don't know why we're sidetracking.
I do that a lot in case you haven't noticed. I do nothing but sidetrack. And here's the thing. I like this too, which is a case designer. You can design the case for your game. It has like preset patterns. You can choose the case color, the pattern color. You can choose the icon. You can choose the color for the name. It's good. It really is. You can just, throw in a random button. I'm pretty sure I saw Isaac Clarke. Please tell me that's not a ripoff of Isaac Clarke.
You saw Isaac Clarke?
Okay, I just saw, I think it's the Uncharted. It is the fucking Uncharted icon.
So they're not ripping off only Game Dev Tycoon.
I just saw the Uncharted icon. I just saw what appears to be an Iron Man icon. I think this is a Worgen. I think this is fucking I think this is Infamous. This is the Infamous character as an icon. What?
Okay, so they're using a whole bunch of copyrighted shit, and they expect to be able to get this greenlit and sell this on Steam. Unless all of this is filler content, like we don't know that. It could be filler. It could not be final. And I hope to God it is. Otherwise, they'll have an impossible time trying to sell this piece of shit.
I'm pretty sure this is a QB from Naruto. Pretty damn sure this is a Ninetales. Or at least an inspired version. That's a dwarf from World of Warcraft. This is a badly rendered explosion. This appears to be fan art for some Mary Sue, oh, I'm so tortured Black Knight. Same thing, only badly rendered. Don't know what this is. This is totally Isaac Clarke, Kingdom Hearts. Knuckles? There's Knuckles here! From Sonic the Hedgehog. It's Knuckles with swords and a helmet.
Well, this is ending up being copyright infringement simulator instead of a game development simulator.
And these are all icons. There's a stormtrooper. There's a fucking stormtrooper with a fucking
doesn't really matter if they're just icons, though. If like somebody plays
They're
it,
copyrighted images. You can't just put these things here.
Well, I know. I was going on about that. That people will find it. People will see it. They will tell Valve, and it will become another Earth Year 2066. Because you heard about that, right?
Yes.
That where they took it down because it was literally a scam game. They weren't updating it like they said they were going to, and if they got updated at all, they were more or less very minimalistic, joke, troll-like updates.
So basically, you have these number of icons that seem highly generic, and then you have these highly stylized, suspiciously looks like it came out of someone's forum, wiki, or Google Images of pictures of famous characters, like what appears to be Iron Man, Uncharted, Knuckles the Echidna, and what appears to be a castle. Okay. So apparently, something I thought it was good, like a case design, turns out to be nothing but copyright infringement. Ha-fucking-za. And I pretty much doubt that this actually means anything. I don't think the case design means anything. It's purely cosmetic. Okay, game is finished. You develop games to improve your skill. Okay, I can put one skill, let's put in Game Engine. Not going to play this game anymore, but whatever. Now it's time to put your game onto the market. Okay. Go ahead.
I still stand by the fact that this thing looks like it was slapped together in about maybe 1 or 2 days, and then they shoved it on the green light, and still expect a summer release. Something like a simulation game, even if it is 2D and not 3D complex like SimCity 4 or SimCity 5 or SimCity Societies, it's gonna take a long time to make. It's not gonna be a month to make.
Even Game Dev Tycoon took a while. I mean, they do. Did you see the equations? Because there were equations for how you could make a proper game, and these are really complicated. They're easy. They're more complicated to crack. It took some time, but they're really complicated, and they're based on quality of your previous games. So if you make a very good game, you need to make an even better game, or else it's not going to work. And this is just simplistic. Okay, project marketing. Another thing that's good about this game, which is you can choose the price it goes. It tells you what the average market price for your game type is. Tells you the trends. You can choose what type of, how much money. So, okay. Now let's wait for the reviews. You got a review for The Amazing Abuse. Show review. I got a total of 24%. Wow.
You did terrible.
Pros. Big loud guns with excellent feedback. Tons of cool, creepy, challenging bosses. Varied and always fun story missions. Cons. Poor and sometimes buggy graphics. So let me get this straight. Content design, 5.5 out of 10. Game writing, 8 out of 10. Level design, 7.5 out of 10. Gameplay, 7.5 out of 10. Sound, 6 out of 10. Graphics, 1.5 out of 10, but that's okay because it's a fucking text-based game. With those fucking levels, I get 24%? What? How does that make sense?
It sounds like you would average out to like maybe 68 or 70 something percent, not 24.
No. I'm going to make I have a calculator here. Fuck this game. I have a calculator here.
What?
Which doesn't actually work. Never mind. I have a
well, that was a dramatic thing that didn't happen.
I have a cell phone with a calculator. 5.5 plus 8 plus 7.5 plus 7.5 plus 6 plus 1.5. It's 36. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Divided by 6. It's an average of 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 does not equate to 24%.
No, that's 60%.
Yeah! Who the fuck designed this game?
Someone that was clearly not good at algebra.
Not to mention that the actual number, the percentage, has an icon behind it with the action symbol icon, and the icon goes away from the boundaries of the score. Ugh.
Yes, like I said, this seems like
I was going to give this a good point because it does tell you the pros and cons. Game Dev Tycoon did not tell you anything. It just gave you this really weird, vague indications of what you got wrong. Here, it actually does tell you what you did wrong, and it does tell you the pros and cons. But apparently, the scoring system is completely random. Let's just see how much game I make. How much money I make.
How much game? What does that mean?
Shut up. Seems like you got your first fans. This is really annoying because you have these weird comments popping up every once in a while with the Pac-Man Ghost thing.
It's trying to be like the paperclip from Windows XP.
Oh, God. Not that. I have one fan. I sold 245 units. I have one fan. Yay. Here's the thing. Game Dev Tycoon might not have given you an exact proper review, but at least it gave you this really handy chart of how much money you're making per month. Here you have the calendar. The Amazing Abuse, 14 out of 90. I'm assuming that's how many days it's going to be in the market. Maybe. It's showing you your graphs. The number of units sold is a tiny white box in the right. You're basically making these really small amounts of money, which I guess makes sense, really. I should not have wasted $10,000, $15,000 to make a text-based action shoot-'em-up. Which, now that I look back, it's a really stupid decision.
I wouldn't think text-based games would cost that much.
Yeah, me neither. You'd be very hard-pressed to be able to... I don't know how I spent $15,000 making a text-based game. I did not know that was possible.
It has the latest in non-visual graphics.
Cutting-edge technology in writing capital-sized letters.
Yeah, it's the first instance of caps lock being an indication of yell.
DLC pack, permanent caps lock mode. Gives you +5 damage and +3 charisma.
And you're constantly screaming.
Yes. Oh my god. And that's it. That's literally it. I am not going to bother playing this game enough to get to the office, because there is an office. You can get to an office if you look at the actual game page on Steam. It is there. I'm not going to play it. I don't think you're going to play it either, are you?
No, and if I do play it, it's pretty much like a don't play this kind of thing.
Yeah. Tully plays Gamersgomakers. The review is like 30 seconds long. It's me saying, hello everyone, I'm Tully. Thank you for tuning in. This is Gamersgomakers. Do not play this game.
Okay, goodbye.
That is all.
That's what you would say. Okay, bye.
That's it. The review is over. It's like the reaction that Total Biscuit had when he was doing the WTF is for Guys of the Wolf. He pretty much said, if you only watch WTF is to see if you want to play a game, stop here. It's not worth it. Go away. This is the kind of game.
Didn't he do that for Day 1, Gary's Incident, too?
No, he didn't. He actually played it. But in the beginning of Guys of the Wolf, he pretty much said, do not buy this game, period. And this is the reaction I have with this game. One, you can argue that, a lot of games are derivative. There's a difference between being derivative and just blatantly copying the UI badly, the design badly, the concept badly, and then you have one or two properly good ideas, like how much money you can put into the game, translating the game, actual reviews, and then fucking those up. He had such a good fucking concept to work on. He had 2 or 3 good ideas, and you fucked them up. Good job. You done fucked it up. Ugh.
This pretty much is going to go under as like for simulation games. This is going to be the Day 1 Gary's Incident version of it, probably.
It'd be hilarious if this went on Steam. Total Biscuit tried to review it, and it ended up, and the guy who made this tried to sue him. He goes, "Oh my god, you can't say bad things about my game. My god."
Yeah.
I have nothing else to say. This is ridiculous. Why did you show me this?
Because it was good. It was good content for your Rant series.
Why did you show me this? I was having a good day. I think you showed me this blatant rip-off piece of shit.
You're going to see it eventually, maybe from Total Biscuit.
Ugh, I doubt it. I mean, this thing's going to go on early access. I know that for a fact. Gamersgomakers. Pretty much anything goes through Greenlight if it has enough votes. And this thing is pretty much just... It's exploiting that feeling, right? It's sort of like Game Dev Tycoon, but it's sort of not like Game Dev Tycoon. So you have sadly, a minority of people playing the game
That are defending it.
and seeing what it is, and the most people going, a game dev game! Let's vote for it!
Well, considering I may be a bit biased with my whole thing, because I really like Game Dev Tycoon. I like the fact they added modding. There's multiplayer now with the modding and stuff. And when I saw all of the graphics, pretty much image for image being Game Dev Tycoon, I was like, this game is going to be taken down. Even if it makes it onto early access, it's going to be a Earth year 2066 thing. Or it's going to be a Towns thing. I'm sure you know about Towns, too.
Yes.
An unfinished
Towns
alpha.
is still here. You can still buy Towns, by the way.
It's an unfinished alpha released in a fully finished state.
Fully finished, under brackets, of course.
Yes, I did the air quotes, but you can't see that.
Yeah, air quotes. Here's the features for the game. You start in 1980 creating one of the first computer games in history. Go your own way. Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? Oh, I'm sorry. The first computer games that came out were in 1980? What?
No, it was actually maybe 20 years before that.
PC game. PC game. Let's see here. Early growth. Space War. Developed for the PDP-1 in 1961. Often credited as the second ever computer game. Okay. History of video games. Early industry. Origin of the computer game. Beginning in 1940 to 1958. Let's see. PC game. By the late 1970s, games were developed and distributed through hobbyist groups and gaming magazines such as Creative Computing and Computer Gaming World. So you would at least be having computer games by 1970. Go your own way. Be a developer, designer, producer, artist, or composer. You can do that in Game Dev Tycoon. It's called doing shit.
Yes.
You can train your person in Game Dev Tycoon. I don't know why you have to
do all
pick.
of that. You can train them to do all of that, and that's a realistic thing. You can train yourself to do most of that.
Yeah. Optional start 1990 or 2000. Choose from 2 difficulty levels. 31 genres of game to choose from. Game Dev Tycoon had more. Real influence on creating games. Find the genre matching game parts out of 15x4 options. Game Dev Tycoon had this too, exactly like this.
What's funny is that I don't get why 1980, 1990, 2000. Why not pick a little era where video games started booming? Like, I think it was like around 1987 or
maybe before that. With the actual consoles. The video game crash of 1980 or the 1980s
was like 1986.
Preceded. Yeah, 1986. They had more than a decade of video games before that. You had 1970s, late 1960s. Why 1980? Whatever.
I don't know.
Intelligent game reviews give you hints about what to improve for the next game in the same genre. That's good. Game Dev Tycoon did not tell you that. Okay. Sales are influenced by trends, platform market share, competitors' performance, and many more. Same thing, Game Dev Tycoon had it.
Competitor?
Yeah, there's competitors, apparently.
There was no competitor in Game Dev Tycoon unless you played the multiplayer mod, though.
Yeah. So that's a good thing, apparently. You can create patches, add-ons, sequels, or new edition for different platforms. You can do that, too.
That is the thing Game Dev Tycoon also did.
Hire up to 21 employees. Okay, that's good. That actually makes sense. I didn't understand why in Game Dev Tycoon your major company at 6 people. Okay. Rich role-playing elements. Level up your character and employees in 21 different skills. I don't know if you understand what role-playing is.
I think they're only taking the concepts of role-playing where you're leveling up a character and putting a point into a talent tree, and that's mostly an MMO. That's not a normal RPG.
Yeah. Learning by doing. Your employees gain levels and skills by taking part in big projects. Normal shit. Improve your employees by training. Blah. Employees will ask for a loan, blah. Become a specialized company of high renown in a certain genre, blah. Research new gaming technologies, blah. Expand your business, rent or buy a bigger office, blah.
I guess we can become Valve with that general specialization.
Yes. Equip 14 different rooms like studios for sounds and motion capture. Okay, that sounds good. Didn't see it, but it sounds good. Upgrade your room several times. Compete with a global simulated games market. A global simulated games market. Hundreds of simulated competitors.
All they're making is simulation games, or is this like hundreds of CPUs that are going against you?
It says compete with a global simulated games market. Hundreds of simulated competitors release games. So are you telling me that a demo that looks like it was badly ripped out of Game Dev Tycoon with a scheduled release of summer 2014 is going to have a simulated world games economy?
I highly doubt this.
Me as well. Win awards for Game of the Month, Game of the Year. There is no such thing as Game of the Month, as far as I'm aware of.
What?
Consoles and
I'm reading that one. What?
Consoles and platforms are trying from the market, except you create a game hit extending the platform's lifetime.
The only console that's ever done that is the PlayStation 2.
Ever. Like, ever. What? Buy out your rival competitors. Let them work for you or destroy them. Yay, we can be EA.
Yeah.
Ba-doom.
Or Activision.
Oh, yeah. Win achievements and beat the global high score. And many more features for a very deep gaming experience.
This is not deep. Like, 75% of this is what Game Dev Tycoon does. There's the one occasional thing that Game Dev Tycoon doesn't do or doesn't do well. Like, I understand Game Dev Tycoon having a little bit of, like, lacking in certain parts because this is the first game and it did well, so maybe there might be a sequel or something that will improve upon that. This is still a clear ripoff, no matter how they try to actually improve upon some things. Particularly, I wouldn't be as pissed off about it as if they hadn't ripped off the art style.
It's literally the same. Even your guy is the same.
Yes.
Just try to make it look different. At least that.
Try to recolor it. Try to make your own hairstyles. Try to make the rooms look different. Don't... Like, they try to make some of the rooms look different. Like, I don't know. I don't know if any of this else was from Game Dev Tycoon, but since it's already registered in my head, this is Game Dev Tycoon ripoff, I can't see past that.
It's just so fucking blatant, isn't it? It's like you look at it and see, is this Game Dev Tycoon? No, it's Gamersgomakers. That
and the title bugs the shit out of me because it's not spaced.
Yes, Gamersgomakers. What does that even mean? Game Dev Story has a meaning. Game Dev Tycoon has a meaning. It even piggy banks on the whole roller coaster tycoon and whatever. Gamersgomakers. What does that mean? That sounds like a really shitty website name for an indie reviewing company.
That or a very terrible game maker engine.
Yes. But no, remember, the game maker is Gneefrable Games. What the hell that means?
I don't know what it means.
I don't. I'm gonna go and go on Google and write Gneefrel. Your search, Gneefrel, did not match any documents.
So it's not a word. That would be.
Google has not found. I don't know. It's Gneefrabel. It's Gneefrabel.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's Frabel. Okay.
It does actually show up. Let's see here.
Google Translate.
Gneefrabel Games. Gneefrabel Games for Steam. That's it. He's apparently also a member of DB, of the mod database. Apparently. I think it's just a username.
It's just a username.
You know, I'm just going to say, for finalizing, because we've been on for 49 minutes.
Yeah.
These features look good. They seem good. But I do have to say, and Neo Tanner did say that this demo showed up like 3 or 4 days afterwards in Reddit. But here's the thing. I don't know for how long this has been developed. But the demo that they give us looks like and feels like a badly ripped off version of Game Dev Tycoon. Like Tanner said, it feels like a bootleg copy made in China.
Okay.
And then you have these enormous lists of features, which I'm not going to bother playing the game, because this is one of the major sins that any game can commit. It's making you not want to play it. It's like, I don't care if this game has these features. If it makes me not want to play it, it has failed as a game. Because guess what? I've already played Gamersgomakers. It's called Game Dev Tycoon.
Yeah.
And
well, the date that this says it was posted on Steam Greenlight is May 30th.
May 30th.
At 5:56 my time, which is Eastern Standard Time.
Jesus, it's been on for less than 24 hours?
Yes.
Wow.
That means this thing is definitely something that was made in maybe 2 or 3 days.
And it's slated for a 2014 release on summer. Keep in mind, it's practically June. And then you have these people with this enormous list of features like a simulated international game market, rooms and competitors and shit. And I'm like, you can't do this. I can't greenlight this game like this. This is why greenlight's a terrible system. Is you greenlight based on concept, not execution. And again, thank you for giving us a demo, because a lot of games on greenlight don't give us a demo. And that's stupid. This one gives us a demo to show us just how bad it is. And I can't, on good conscience, greenlight this game because you're not giving me any reason to do so. You're saying, oh, we're going to give this and this and this and this. Okay, I play your game. I see nothing of that. I see no reason to believe you have the competence to do that. I see no reason to believe I should greenlight this. And yet, if these comments are any indication, this is going to end up on early access. And if Steam's policy of hands off, not our business, continues, this is going to be on early access for quite some time. And I don't want that. Because that means I have to go back and actually review it. And I don't want to do it. Do not greenlight this game, please. For the love of God.
Well, like I said, if it ends up getting on early access, Valve will catch on to it if it ends up being like an Earth year 2066. They end up being pretty strict when it comes to any sort of violation like copyright and blunt plagiarism, which is happening right here. The only thing that they're not good at is monitoring the games that are actually greenlit.
Exactly. And that's why greenlight's a bad system.
That's why they're doing away with it.
Maybe the artwork is public. I don't know. But when I see the Uncharted icon, Knuckles the Echidna, Iron Man, a reskinned Iron Man, I start thinking maybe this is public artwork, maybe this is fan art. But even if it is fan art, you kind of have to give credit to the person who made it. I don't know.
Regardless if it's fan art, it's still an image of a character that is owned by a company, and owned by very powerful companies.
Yes. Guess who owns Uncharted, really? Isn't it EA?
No, it is Sony.
Sony? Oh. You want to piss off Sony?
You don't want to.
Be my guest. Be my guest.
The last person that pissed off Sony hacked the PlayStation 3. And you know what happened to him?
Yeah.
They went after him with a $1 million lawsuit.
It's like it's someone shooting at you with a spitball, and you use a fucking machine gun in retaliation.
Like, Jesus, dude, that was excessive. I was just trying to play.
Who owns Knuckles the Echidna? Sega. Well, I don't know. Sega's been under the rumps for quite some time. Who owns Iron Man? It's Marvel, isn't it?
Marvel. They would be pissed.
You want to piss off Marvel?
Sega right now has Nintendo behind it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Considering
Nintendo owns Knuckles now.
Well, they only own it up until Sonic Boom. Once Sonic Boom is out, it's no longer a Nintendo exclusive thing anymore. But right now, if they found out that a property of theirs was being used in a game, Nintendo would probably help them fight, because Nintendo doesn't like you playing games on YouTube, let alone this.
I mean, even if it is just a fucking icon, it is just a fucking icon. You can't just put an image of Knuckles the Echidna and go, it's an icon. No, there's legal shit to be done there. You know? You do need to worry about these things. And what pisses me off the most is this game appears to have original ideas. but it screws them up so badly. And it fails basic math. Since when is 6 out of 10 equal 24%? What is that? Is this Rotten Tomatoes? Is it?
Probably.
I don't get it.
The thing that we don't know is if it's going to be a free-to-play game, which still does not make this right, or if it's going to be a purchase game. And I'm just going to assume purchase, because usually if it's going to have the intention of free-to-play, it would have mentioned that.
Yes. And you know what? Even if it was free-to-play, it would not make it right, just like you said, but I would have to do the caveat. It's free-to-play, whatever, and they're not expecting you to get money off of it. They can dodge legal complications because, again, it's not for profit. But I highly doubt it's going to be free to play. It's going to be paid for. It's probably going to be something like $15 or $17 or your regional equivalent, which means you have to pay $15. I have to pay 20 euros. And I would not pay 2 for this. I wouldn't pay 1.
I wouldn't pay 50 cents.
I already did so. It's called Game Dev Tycoon.
Game Dev Tycoon is $10 too, so if it ends up being more than $10, Game Dev Tycoon is a cheaper choice.
Yeah, it's better. It has mods now? Really?
Yes, it has mods. They added a multiplayer mod to it too.
Jesus fucking Christ. Look, Game Dev Tycoon was fun enough. You can play it on multiplayer now. Don't play this game. Do not greenlight this game. It's called Gamersgomakers. Go on Steam Greenlight and click the no thanks - not interested button. Do not greenlight this game. I am sorry, developer. But if you want to make a new game in the genre, make a new game in the genre. Don't just copy-paste a fucking existing game and add a couple of more ideas and call it a whole new game. It even looks like Game Dev Tycoon. It feels like Game Dev Tycoon. The icons look they were ripped off a copyright infringement version of Microsoft Word. And the fucking icon is the Pac-Man ghost.
Well, that's the company logo.
That's it. I'm burned out. That was my rant on it. Thank you so much, Neo, for bringing this to my attention.
You're welcome.
I feel so good now. Let's just go on the fucking website, www.gamersgomakers.com.
Because you keep mentioning Game Dev Tycoon, you probably should put it in the description too.
Yeah. First line of the description, go play Game Dev Tycoon. Let's see, the game. First of all, massive window. Massive YouTube window. Okay, please give us your like on Facebook. Smiley face. What? No. Go onto the website, Neo. Go on the website and click the game. Under no circumstance should your fucking game dev company website have smiley faces on them.
Even then, I would only accept Game Dev Tycoon doing that, because they did do an April Fool's joke about porting it to mobile.
Yes, it's an April Fool's joke, but under no circumstance should it be fucking smiley face.
No, it should not. That's like trying to be a flirty girl trying to text a boy.
Yes, and y'all know how that works. Patches, add-ons.
That is a very big YouTube window. I'm
seeing all this, and it looks good. But then I play the demo, and it feels crap. I don't know. And I'm just going to wait until... And the About page, Fehler 500, Script Fehler, Sedgiert Besucher. Either ist ein Problem auf... it's a problem page. Never mind! It's a internet problem page. It just happened to be in German. Sorry.
I do like the fact that in this one screenshot of the Xbox One, the PS4, and the PS4 controller look like the literal real-life counterpart screenshots. They don't even look...
There's a forum! Dude, there's a forum! There's shit tons of people talking here. Okay, how much will the game cost? So the title says it all. How much will the game cost? And the guy, Line Liar, said, "We can't tell you yet, unfortunately. You will find out sooner or later, winky smiley." So it will cost something.
Why can't they tell us that? That's not confidential information. That's like, that's pretty much saying, we don't fucking know, stop asking us. And this website looks like Game Dev Tycoon's website.
It looks like it came out of one of those random news pages you see when a link no longer functions.
Why are there swimming fish? I've read about popular tags. There's swimming fish.
I've seen the swimming fish. And I don't think they work. Oh, wait, if you put your mouse on it and move towards the mouse. Well, that's nice.
That's weird.
You know what the stupid thing is? I'm actually having more fun using the fishes than I had using the fucking game.
Yeah.
When a goddamn forum app is funner than the game you're using, and someone just got arrested on the Tanner side. When the fucking fish are funner than the game, something is wrong. Let's see, bugs. Someone actually missing text and letter screenshot. Game review. Review with a W. Oh god. In the game review, I had 101%. I don't know. This is just wow. It is beyond me. I want to see this on early access just so I can ask for a free key and I can demolish this game.
Unless they magically see this first and then be like, "You're that guy that badmouthed us."
Hi, line liar. How you doing? For future reference, your demo sucks. I'm sorry, but I have fucking standards. I play this game already. It's called Game Dev Tycoon. You can't tell me, oh, but you need to trust us. It gets going about a couple of hours in. I'm pretty sure I don't give a shit. Your game needs to grab me in the beginning. I need to play your game and think, this game is interesting. I want to play it. And if you fail to do so, you have failed as a game dev. And in my opinion, this game does not fucking make me want to play it. Because I've played it before. It's called Game Dev Tycoon.
You could be evil and send like the early access page to someone like Total Biscuit and tell them, hey, go review this.
Nah, Total Biscuit has health issues, but you know what? By the time this thing goes on early access, maybe his chemotherapy is going to be over. Maybe he's going to be back into regular schedule. So I'm going to send him a letter, an actual physical letter, to his house saying, "Greetings, Mr. John Bain. I have the perfect game for you. Please review this. Thank you."
And then you're just silently sitting behind your computer, laughing maniacally when the video comes out.
Just twirling my mustache, going, oh my god.
This just sounds like an old-timey cartoon now.
Yes. Whatever. We need to stop doing things together. I think we play off each other's insanity a bit too much.
Maybe.
Anyway, Gamersgomakers, currently available on Steam Greenlight with a demo on gamersgomakers.com/free-demo. Is a strategy game for the PC on English, currently single player. Go on Greenlight, and please do not greenlight this. Thank you for tuning in. Please stay tuned in to the next video, which will hopefully be me a bit calmer and not as pissy. Fare thee well. Say goodbye, Tanner.
Goodbye.
Bye.